I've been in the sound department of the National Film Unit, which I joined in 1965. This job at the film unit came up and I'd always been interested in sound, and so I applied for it. There were a lot where we had a lot of fun. At Freshwater Dive, for instance, that was like playing. After that, the next major production was the 1974 Commonwealth Games, and I was head of sound for that. And in those days, it was the responsibility of the host country to make the official film. So the film unit was commissioned to do it, and so that was a huge job. It was not simply during the daylight hours; it went on at nights as well, and quite often the head of camera and I would be still working in our office at the stadium at midnight, 2 in the morning. Probably one of the biggest productions was the Governor series, which was a television co-production between TVNZ and the National Film Unit, and that was shot in '77. And that was a huge production, nearly killed me, as it did a lot of others. Then in '86, I think it was, I was head of the sound department and I resigned to pursue a freelance career. I worked with Peter Jackson on his first movie, which was called Bad Taste, and that was a lot of fun to do as well. We had a lot of fun making up all the sounds for that. But he asked me to do his next film, but I was already working on another feature and I couldn't do it. Once for Warriors, when we started on that, I was freelance, and our first run through with the director, Lee Tamahori, ended and he said, by the way, he said, I don't want any of those Hollywood hits. They're all rubbish. He said, you've got to start from scratch and build them all up yourself. I want to hear teeth breaking and jaws cracking and all that. So that was probably the last feature film I did, actually. I started to ease off at that stage. Well, I was registered blind when I was 18, and I had several operations, and the prognosis was totally blind within 12 months. And I kept it quiet. I didn't want anyone to know, because getting a job for a blind person was almost unheard of.
And it was through a family friend that worked in the film industry, got him a job, and that's how his sound design career worked.
When in the days when we were dealing with film, it was okay because I always had assistants, and they were great, because I just say, what's happening there? Well, does that look right to you?
I always remember him carrying the big fluffy microphone and the headphones and the recorder wherever he went. But he did very well. I don't know how he did it.
I've known from the day I married him that he had bad sight. Never thought about it, never treated it any other way. And he's the dishwasher, and he still does the dishes, hangs the washing on the line, so he's pretty good really.
We used to go to a Narrabee camping every year.
We loved going away camping. Everybody loved it. There was all sorts of fun in the camping ground.
It was an amazing holiday. We packed up the car, of course my mum drove, and the guitar always got packed. My dad used to bring out that guitar, and all the neighbours, everyone would just sit around this campfire, and he would sing and play the guitar every night. Dad was amazing with what he made at camping. He was a good cook. Everything. He used to dig the loo tent, he'd put the tents up. If there's one thing I could do in life, it would be to give my dad his sight back.
I'd like to have been able to see my grandchildren more. I can't think of anything that stands out as being something that I felt I've missed. I can see the sunsets that Mike and I.
What are some of your greatest personal achievements?
Having 3 wonderful children, all of whom grown into delightful adults, and as a consequence of that, 6 wonderful grandchildren. So